All right, welcome back. This is MDawg, and we're checking out a couple of spots here on Akhtuba to see if they are indeed hotspots worthy of your time. First of all, we're at 41,108, and this is primarily going to be a Russian a Sturgeon spot, and we are fishing here with mole crickets as well as river mussel. And on the third line, I've gone back and forth between. I caught one fish on night crawlers, and I decided to throw some rhino beetles in, and that was just a few minutes ago and haven't gotten a bite yet. But we're going to be moving here momentarily because I also want to show you an eastern bream spot here that's actually very nearby, which is kind of why I wanted to show these two places, because I'm always excited about spots where we can fish, target eastern bream for a small amount of time, and then the rest of the day and part of the evening we can be really trying to catch something else that's actually nearby, where you don't even have to take the boat to go between the spots. So that's kind of nice. So okay, let me show you my setup first. These setups are going to all be slightly different in terms of line strength and all that based on the reels we're using, but like I said, we're using mole cricket on the strongest line with a Sturgeon plus ground bait, and this is an older Sturgeon PVA bag, not ground bait, PVA bag that I had. There's actually newer Sturgeon recipes out there, but I already had this one, and it's pretty similar. Rape seeds for the base, crab and mussels for the attractant. Those two you see pretty consistently across most Sturgeon PVAs, I feel like. And then you've just got like mussels and fish stuff. Casters is in this one. I've seen other ones that don't have casters, but anyway, you're just trying to attract the sturgeon. So that's what we have on that rod. Let's go ahead and pull these in. I tell you what, I'll show you real quick what we've caught so far. I really haven't been here long, so starting here about 21 minutes ago, we've had 5 Russian sturgeon, and then 1 short-headed barbel. And this was actually on night crawlers, and I kept it only because I wanted to remember that there was a different species we had caught. And on the weekly list, rhino beetles do show up for short-headed barbel, so that's one reason why I changed the third rig to the rhino beetles. Even though we caught that one on night crawlers, I thought, well, let's try the rhino as well. So I want to do some more testing at this spot, but I also just I don't want this video to go on and on forever. So let's go ahead and move from this spot. Oh, by the way, yeah, well, I need to tell you about this spot. So we're at 41,108, obviously. And really just casting straight towards the shore. You can see where the hole is over there. And we are at a 33 clip. And I got these spots at 2 different places. I think this one was off of the Discord RF4 page. The other spot I'm about to show you, Eastern Bream spot, that some of you may already know about, I actually saw on the Russian social media site where they talk about hot spots. So I saw the 2 spots advertised, and they are pretty close together, as I'll show you here. I've got them marked here. 4108 is where we are now for the sturgeon. 84,108 is where we are now headed for the Eastern Bream. And of course, we're a little late getting in there, but we'll show this spot for a few minutes during bream time. And like I said, I want to do some more testing on the sturgeon spot, especially. It's just nice to have what seems to be a fairly active sturgeon spot. So we want to go right around here and then just head right to the shore once we get past this little curve here. And we're going to 84,108. And we almost ran right there. In fact, we did run right there. It's pretty amazing. Okay, we definitely need to change rods here. And let's get these going. Let me double check the clip. Yeah, it's a clip of 23 is what we're going for. And you want to actually throw straight east. So we're going to do a straight east cast. I don't remember how. Yeah, so that was a little hard. That cast was a little bit of a bounce back. So let's see if we can not bounce it back too much. By the way, on the sturgeon spot, we did have 4-0 hooks on my 2 stronger lines, and then 1-0 hooks on the one that I was using night crawlers on, the 3rd line. And that's primarily because that 3rd rig I have is just not as strong. That's funny. Oh, man. Alright, so we'll see. But as you can see, this is where we are on the map now, casting east. And you know, we came from here. So, yeah, you have to take a boat around, and then once you get on this land, I mean, because it was sturgeon time, I landed over here. But you can kind of walk back and forth. So if you've got all of the bait and stuff, ground bait and everything set up that you need, theoretically, you could stay here for as long as you wanted, you know, go through a couple of days worth of fishing or whatever without having to travel back and forth. Level 21, huh? Okay. So let's see how the first Eastern Bream is. I fished here just briefly earlier, and that is one thing we were seeing. A combination of roach and bream, but from the little bit of testing I did, and I certainly didn't stay here a whole night. I mean, I think I was here for it looks like about 4 minutes, or maybe a little bit longer. So I don't have a really good sense of this spot, but it just seemed like right from the start, at least during bream time, decent Easterns were coming out. So it seems like this again is going to be worth checking out. And on the sturgeon spot, I feel like we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time there just because it was Eastern bream time. If we were going to do this, we needed to come over here. But it's another roach. So it's interesting. There's a reasonable amount of roaches mixed in here with the E-breams. And now we're getting some rain, which hopefully won't affect them in a negative way, just positive. Okay. So on the sturgeon, I don't think I ever showed you the other 2 rigs, so just for argument's sake here, this is the second rig we have with the river mussel. So the first one had the mole crickets. Mole crickets and river mussels were both getting pretty active bites. And then the third rig, because I only have the Everest 2, I'm taking it easy with the 1.0. I would probably go back to night crawlers, although I might try the rhino beetles again sometime as well. So it seems like this Eastern bream spot's going to be really nice. I mean, that's my impression so far. I mean, you know, I've been doing a lot of lower level fishing, and some of that has been a bream spot at Old Berg. And I can tell you, it seems like this spot is much more active than that one is, and I really enjoy that bream spot. So this seems like a really nice Eastern bream spot. And of course, Like I said, we're doing a 23 meter clip straight east. I am using fluorocarbon line and regular Bream ground bait, size 8 hooks, which is kind of my go-to for any of the Bream or Eastern Bream spots. There are times that it seems like 6s work good. There's times that even down to 12s seem to work good, and everything in between. But 8's my most common hook that I'll use. I assume we're using inline rig. Yeah, we are. It's kind of been what I've been doing lately. I think loop rig is still really good too, but since I've had a little more points to play with, I'd put some points in inline. I've been trying that, and it seems like it's been working really well. So no complaints. All right, so we're getting, since we've been here, let's see, about 3 or 4 minutes ago, we got the rods in, and we've got 4 over a kilo. No, sorry. 2 over a kilo, and then 1 other marker. So far, small sample size, but so far it seems really good. And it seems to me that you can make a lot of money going back and forth between these 2 spots. At least I would think so. This would be a good spot to stream from if I was going to stream, which I'm working tonight, so I probably won't be able to. But if I have time to stream sometime soon, this would be a fun place to do it, because you're just sort of back and forth between 2 really fun fishing spots. Kind of rolling the dice, trying to hit the big sturgeon over on the other spot. And then coming over here consistently making money at night. I was hoping we might see at least 1 Eastern Bream over a couple, 2 to 3 kilo size. Goodness, I really need to probably replace some of this line. I've been using this fluorocarbon line for years, it feels like. And it's down to 5% wear. I don't know. I feel like I start to... Oh, that's the problem. Sorry, guys. I've got a frickin' Sputnik Element 4000 on this thing. That's going to be my problem. I've been doing a lot of fishing with my buddy who's recently started playing, and I keep switching these Boonisons back and forth between like lower level reels and small line, and then back to like the big stuff here. I'm going to end up breaking that Sputnik if I don't get something a little stronger on there. .4. Okay, good. That's what I was wanting to see. I just wanted to make sure that there were some, a little bit larger, a little bit nicer sized E-Bream here. I really want to save up and make my 3rd rig stronger, my 3rd carp rod, which obviously we've got a long way to go. Before I do that, I may splurge and get another reasonably nice reel for this. Or I guess I could just put... I mean, it's way too strong for it, but I could just put the, what do I have? Like an old, well, we'll look as soon as we get this in, if we don't break the reel first. I think I've got an old Mayer. Yeah, we'll just use the Mayer for now. It's just a little expensive to be using for like Bream and stuff, Like I kind of want to get... Did that take the clip off? Or am I just not casting far enough now? Woo! Tell you what, let me get this fish in and do a quick bio break. And then I'll keep going, give you a little bonus time here. I think I've given you all the info on the 2 spots, though. If I didn't, or if you have any questions, let me know. I can tell I need to recast that first line. Does changing the reel change the clip? It might. It just might. But yeah, I kind of want to get either a 3rd Saber, or maybe something else a little more creative around that. Just sort of inexpensive to fix and... right at the right power size for... I do so much Bream fishing and that kind of stuff. So, all right, quick bio break. Sorry about this. Be right back. 1 second. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's see what we've got here. Be interesting to see kind of what time they start to slow down a little bit. Holy cow. Yeah, I hate to use this Mayer on Bream. It's sort of my backup carp rod, like if my Everest or if one of those needs to get repaired, but I'm just really dying to carp fish or something. Golly, those Bream must be everywhere in this area because that cast was way too far, and it still hit it. But let's go back to the 23 clip. I bet this reel will cast a little farther. Yeah, we don't have to cast very far on this one. It was nice during the absolute overnight time when we just weren't seeing those roaches at all. But it's not a big deal. I mean, you know, every fish is worth something here, so it's not like we're using an expensive bait or anything. So a couple of these were from before, but still a really decent amount of sizable eastern bream here. Is that clip screwed up, or is it just me? You know, it's just a little longer clip than you think it's going to be. I think that's all it is. Just a, ooh, that's a small one. It's 5:26 in the morning. I mean, it should be pretty solid till at least 7, right? Oh, Caspian roach out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, that won't quite be far enough. I think it's a pretty forgiving cast area, though. What was I going to do? I was going to see, like, what reel do I have on my spod rod right now? Yeah, see, that's what we should do. Is just put, like, well, I don't really want to put one of those there. But that Proton Pro would actually be more appropriate to put on that first rod. That way we don't have to buy anything, waste silver till we get to... I guess I don't want too weak of a reel on my spod rod, but if we're over at amber, we can just... Yeah, they're getting a little small right now. Let's make sure we get it far enough. There we go. You know, we could just trade it out again. I guess we could use the mayor on the spot rod for now. It's not like we cast that very often, so that's not a whole lot of damage. I want to see another big one come in here, though. To see how... So it definitely changes the clip when you change the reel, which makes sense, I guess. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, good. I was thinking that it should at least go till like 7. Catching really nice markers here. Maybe beyond. Sometimes 9 or 10 you'll still get them, but just kind of depends on the spot. That was a perfect cast. I love these sabers. I think Saber 60 is one of the coolest reels, especially for this kind of fishing. This is a nice one, actually. Trying not to be too aggressive with it here. Might be 3 kilos, huh? Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. And I like the Proton Pro. Not near as much as I like the Saber. But I like it. All right. How long have we been going? About 24 minutes. All right, let's get you one more fish here. It's past 7, so let's see what the next fish or two looks like, and then I'll wrap it up. This Eastern Bream spot seems like a great spot, though. This seems like a really nice silver and XP grind between these two spots. If I do a follow-up video, I'll try to spend more time at the Sturgeon spot next time. That is a nice looking net, though. The amount of silver per day between these two spots, I mean, I don't know exactly what it'll average out, but it's going to be pretty decent. All right. Yeah, we're still getting markers. It's almost 8 now. We're still getting pretty reliable markers. There's a smaller one. There's some not quite fish pieces. Alright, listen, I appreciate you all checking the video out. Seems like 2 worthwhile spots to check out at Akhtuba. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.